Wait,
everything.
you literally have the YouTube album on
this.
I thought that was a one-time thing.
It could be in my
it's gotta
Apple
be.
Music.
That's what it is.
But I don't like.
That's what it is, bro. Because they don't.
Crazy. Hello.
Oh wow, we're going.
Welcome to MKUSUAL.
It's Tuesday Newsday.
Tuesday Newsday.
Jules Day.
Yeah, the family jewels.
Tools Day. What's a Tool song?
Schism. It's probably their biggest hit. The Pot. That's a good one.
Cool Day, Cools Day. We talk about news. I have a really busy week this week, so Nick is running the news.
Yep. Buckle up. Hitch up your britches.
Buckle the fuck up.
I got some good stuff, got some weird stuff, I got some awkward stuff.
I'm down for that. Hey, thank you for sticking with us for 50 episodes. This is episode
50?
This is 51.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Sunday was 50.
Okay.
So we're turning over a new leaf.
We did it.
We did it. Cheers. Good morning.
Cheers. Good morning. You're here on MKUSUAL. It's like MK Ultra, but more normal. I'm gonna get this hog cranked here.
Nick's always cranking hogs.
A decade-old Reddit post inspired the viral "lamp looks weird" trend on TikTok.
What is the lamp looks weird trend?
It's the latest viral trend, has TikTok viewers wondering if the moment they're experiencing is actually happening or if it's just a glitch in the matrix. Which stems the latest viral trend, which stems from an old Reddit post shared online over 10 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah, I'll just give you the rundown. It's like this guy.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's a story. This guy was injured and then lived a life of like 10 years, and then noticed that the perspective of this lamp, like he woke up, he was injured, and then woke up in this other life.
And he lived like, this thing says it's like a perfect life.
He got married, had kids
Yeah.
for like 10 years, and then he's like, the lamp looks weird, and that like woke him back up. And then he had to like grieve the loss.
Oh, and it's all because he noticed the lamp.
Because the fucking lamp looked weird, and he had to grieve the loss of this like idyllic life that he had been living. I haven't looked into like what his actual life was, but
There's a Star Trek Next Generation episode about that, where Picard, for some reason, lives like a whole other life inside his head.
ugh.
I feel like this is
The thought of it is kind of terrifying.
It is, well,
Okay, let's say you got injured and you went to like a gray hellish landscape for 10 years, and you came back to this like colorful, beautiful life.
Ebenezer Scrooge situation type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Well, but what's good and bad are relative.
Yeah,
Like, wait, we're done with that story?
that's pretty much it.
There's just this trend called lamp looks weird. What are people, like, are people making videos where they think that they're in the, or are we just discussing it?
Yeah, we're kind of just discussing it. People are making memes about it, really. It's not really a news story. I just thought it was.
No, I think that's good. I think that's news. Trends are news.
Yeah.
I think good and bad are like relative, right? So like, it's a question for the chat. Here's the good thing. You would gain 10 years of time no matter what.
10 years of wisdom.
You'd gain 10 years of all that, but also you'd literally, when you woke up, gain the 10 years, I would assume, back.
Okay.
I would assume, unless you're in a 10-year coma and your fantasy life takes exactly 10 years.
I don't think it was that long.
I assume this is a circumstance where they're like, whoa, you were really out cold there for a day, and like you lived this whole other
Yeah, it wasn't.
existence, you know?
Let's see if it'll bring up the original post here.
So the good thing would be you would have like extra time. You'd gain like 20 years of time because you'd have the 10 years in the dream, But then you'd essentially anti-age back 10 years. You know what I mean? And then you get, well,
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
it says, okay, the original user shared he lived a different life while he was lying unconscious on the ground after his injury.
Okay.
He sustained a head injury. Oh, okay. He lived this lifetime in a span of a few moments.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like free life.
Yeah.
Now, that would suck, like, if I go to bed tonight.
When you said gain, I thought you meant like they're going to tack on 10 extra years at the end or something.
No, I just mean
I
like...
get what you're saying now. Yeah.
I mean, that's like if they invented, like, a video game, like in Rick and Morty, they have a video game, I think it's called, like, Bob or something, and you're just, like, you're born,
Oh, yes.
and then you live this whole life, and then when you die, you're out of the game. And then it's like, you have to deal with, like, the emotional trauma, but, like, maybe I have the exact opposite perspective of other people, because I would be very tempted to try that. It's like a Total Recall situation too,
Yeah.
similar. Because like you literally, it's like if someone told you, hey, would you like to, because you don't really know what happens when you die, right? So,
People allege.
well, yeah, I have beliefs.
Right. Well, people have like near-death experiences and come back, where they're like declared dead.
Well, true, and I believe in an afterlife. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't.
Nobody.
You don't know.
I don't know for sure.
So if it's not a sin, or it's not going to affect your real afterlife to try this thing, like, why wouldn't you want to have all that extra experience?
What's that? It's like an '80s movie with Kiefer Sutherland, and they're like med students, and they like.
Oh, is it Flatliners?
Is that yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. I don't remember the plot, but they like kill themselves so they can go to this other realm or something.
Yeah, I think in that one they just get addicted to like near-death experiences. I haven't seen it forever.
It's so fucking '80s.
I know. Well, it's like there's something, I don't know, it's a Rush or some shit. I don't know. But I would be, so would you, I mean, let's say there is the Bob video game or the Total Recall. I mean, the Total Recall, let's say Total Recall was real. And we're going to put you in a 1 minute, you pay us $500, we'll put you in a 1 minute simulator, but to you will live like a full year. Now, it is fake. I mean, to me, that is extremely tempting.
Yeah, I would do that.
Now, would it suck if I wake up tomorrow and everyone I know is gone? But there would be new people. See, that to me, okay.
Yeah, but you would still grieve the loss.
Absolutely. I said okay because that's like psychopathic to not be attached. Yeah. Yeah. You ever meet somebody in a dream and you're like, oh, I know this person.
Yeah.
We kind of have that a little bit already, you know? But wait, it said something 10 years ago. It was the story.
That's when he posted 10 years ago.
Man, I'm really bad at paying attention. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting thought.
I love milk.
Dennis, big milk guy.
What's the next?
Well, it's from the New York Post. A traveler stumbles on a bizarre COVID-19 theme park
What?
in Vietnam.
What?
A UK tourist stumbled upon a COVID-19 theme park with googly-eyed pathogen sculptures and more while exploring Vietnam, as seen in photos going viral in every sense of the word online.
Y'all gotta Google this.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta Google this. That's fucking... It's out in the middle of the woods.
It was such a weird experience.
Does Vietnam, do they just live in jungles? That's just like out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's what the pictures look like, next to a river. Jungle in a river. Where have I heard this one? The Brit, Ella Ryback, told the Southwest News Service while detailing the dystopian attraction. It was such a weird experience. The Brit, who directs commercials in London, was exploring Dalat when she encountered an attraction called the Tu Yen Lam Lake National Tourist Complex. This site was home to 4 themed zones, one of which was controversially called COVID-19 Park.
It's like Snoopy World at Worlds of Fun.
Here's
But
this
for a
picture
deadly
is
disease.
Yeah.
Send me this picture. I want to put it in the show.
Okay.
Send me it later.
Yeah. Well, you guys can see the virus.
You're looking at it now.
Carrying the dying Earth.
What the actual fuck?
The world sits atop a pathogen in one of the zany attractions.
What is the Earth smoking a crack pipe? What is that?
That is a bong. That is a fucking...
Then behind it is like this old lady who lived in a shoe type thing.
Yes.
Like a normal thing that you would have in a theme park?
Stepping on the...
Oh, okay.
And then this looks like a plane that's crashed, like an actual plane crash.
Yeah, that looks like a fucking old Vietnam War.
What the fuck, dude?
Vietnam? What's going on?
Bizarro Sculpture Park. The photos show roly-poly pathogen figures with googly eyes, 2 of which are engaged in a humorous boxing match. Others were being shish kebabbed with syringes, locked up in jail, or present at a court case presided over by a Judge Judy facsimile.
What the fuck?
Meanwhile,
you owe me both those pictures, by the way. Okay.
The other viral blob is seen hauling a wheelbarrow with a dying Earth like a 3-dimensional political cartoon.
The Earth smoking a bong.
Well, at first glance, I thought it was like a telescope or something, but then, yeah, it looks like a bong. It's a bong.
What's that? Is that like...
Bong or nah? Comment below.
Bong or nong. Does, what's that supposed to symbolize? Like the people on the lockdown getting addicted to shit, or like...
It doesn't say.
Being lazy? Because it's just like the Earth's like sitting on its ass smoking a bong.
Dennis, it's art. You can interpret it.
Is it art?
This is art. This is a... Well, hello.
Is Disney World art?
No, we're
not. Oh, I see why people watch her blog. I'm not here to advertise her. There's too many hot ladies on the internet.
It was
We're already
really
competing with too many hot ladies.
Hi, Daisy.
Start showing pictures of
Daisy,
them.
you have great nipples too. All 9 of them.
Well, that's crazy. What kind of ride would you put in a COVID theme park?
Well, okay, what do we got here?
That looks like some kind of doomsday clock.
Yeah.
Now you owe me this too. Every time you talk about a picture, you have to send me the picture, and then I have to put it in the show.
We can just put the link up. They can fucking Google it. Clock of symbols. Okay, yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
that's pretty much it. You get it's a dystopian hellscape, and they're gonna charge people money.
That's... Daddy, mommy, daddy, can we go to COVID world? Who would want to go? What age? Because if you're like 7 or 8, you like literally still lived through COVID.
Right.
You would remember it as a kid.
There's
like what age group would you have to be like, I want to go to COVID world?
Maybe they sell like really good weed. And you get some like have a fucking banh mi sandwich or something.
Is that Japanese? Is that it? Oh my god, I'm so racist. Is that Vietnamese?
It was Vietnamese.
Okay.
They were heavily influenced by the French cuisine.
That's right.
During the French's stay there.
Banh mi. I barely know her.
Banh mi's are delicious. It's just basically a baguette with Vietnamese flavors.
Holy shit. That sounds good.
I thought I'd nailed my Halloween costume. It's a news story. But everyone thought I was someone very different. I'm mortified.
All right, we got to show this guy. We're going to put him up right now. Who is he?
Sue Sylvester from Glee. But everyone in the comments said he was Jimmy Savile, famous...
oh, yeah. Famous child molester.
Sex trafficker, friend of the British monarchy.
Wow, I'm old.
Living, breathing penis man. I think he was he had a kid show maybe.
Yeah, he had some involved kids. Yeah,
and like later went on to yeah, that's pretty.
I think he ran like a talent show or something that had kids involved, or he did like kids say the darndest thing type thing. He'd always have them on his lap or something.
And then he wore like obnoxious like plaid suit with a different type of plaid pants and like a plaid tie that's a third type of plaid.
The 70s.
Yeah, but this guy he was doing too much. I'll say that.
Controversial. Hot take.
Patterns. Yeah, you should wear a solid color. That's my advice to Jimmy Savile. I think he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sucks.
Hilarious mishmash of fucking cultures.
What?
I'm kind of like blown away that guy didn't know who Jimmy Savile was.
Isn't he British?
Yeah, he said he didn't know. Oh,
Dude, kids these days, they're okay.
Just imagine like you're a parent and you see someone who you think is Jimmy Savile handing out. He's like literally doing the trick or treat.
He's handing out candy.
He's like happy to fucking greet these kids and like.
People in the 20s now, in the 2020s, I'll call them 9/11 babies and up.
Yeah.
They don't, because of the internet, you would think that they would be more culturally educated because there's more access to everything. But I find in general it's the opposite.
There's no like linear. They can just like pick and choose all these facts.
Well, there's so much new stuff.
Yes.
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
There's so much new stuff. You know, and they have their own devices and their own ways of listening to things. You know.
It's a big fucking dumb soup.
We didn't have, you get your first iPod or Napster, it's like, you run out of new music pretty fast,
Yeah.
You gotta start downloading the Beatles and shit.
Before the internet, you had to go steal a Hustler from the gas station and hide it in a tree in the woods.
Kids these days, they don't know about muffs.
You had to go share it with your friends whenever you wanted to look at it. You had to leave it in the tree too.
This is your story. Always comes back to porn.
Well,
yeah, it's not a critique. It just is a real thing.
yeah.
What was it? I had a girlfriend 2 years ago. I think we had about a 12-year difference. I remember one time asking her, like, just as a normal conversation, like, about the Beatles. And she acted like it was fucking bizarre that I knew more than, like, one or two Beatles songs or whatever. And I'm like, you don't have any friends who's ever lived. And it might, but, like, she was like, she's like, I guess I do forget you're older than me. I'm like, no. This is not I'm old. The Beatles were broken up.
The 70s, right? Yeah, like 72 or something.
Long over a decade before I was born.
50 years ago?
I was not having Beatlemania in 1999. It's like this is the problem with this is that I didn't have the internet until blah blah blah. So I had to listen to it. I'm not Beatles old. It's like I call it the flipper phenomenon. People don't know about Flipper, and it's because I didn't have YouTube. I didn't use YouTube till I was like 21. So guess what? Growing up, you watch Nick at Night sometimes, and Flipper was on.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would watch Nick at Night nowadays? If I was a kid, my mom tried to get me to watch Nick at Night nowadays.
You watch Happy
I'd be like,
Days?
dude, fuck. Yes, I hated it. Dude, a lot of the shows are so fucking boring. I think Happy Days. My mom would make me watch Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
Bob Newhart. Dude,
Dick Van
can there
Dyke
be a
Show.
more boring show than Taxi?
I mean,
Dick Van Dyke. Those shows are truly... Some of those shows, I'm not just saying because they're old. To this day, I think Andy Griffith's hilarious. I Love Lucy's hilarious.
okay. I watched a lot of Andy Griffith. My grandpa liked that show.
Those shows I could still put on and laugh at.
Yeah.
Happy Days is retarded,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think it's fucking stupid. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's a flipper thing because, like, if you ask somebody 10 years younger than you about Flipper, they'll assume you know about it, like you were watching Flipper. But, like, Flipper was off the air, like, before my mom entered elementary school. It had its time, and yeah. It's a phenomenon. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I say all that to say this. Google Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
Just go down that rabbit hole. It's not just about him, but he's
It's an entertainment industry covering for pedophiles story.
tied to the British monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
This year,
New
Georgia
story.
City, brand new story this week. A Georgia City will blow up an old hotel to greet 2025. Macon, Georgia. One Georgia City will welcome 2025 with a larger than average bang. The Macon-Bibb County Commission on Tuesday approved a plan to implode a vacant 16-story hotel at midnight on New Year's Eve. Macon-Bibb County spent $4.5 million last year to buy the hotel in a federal bankruptcy proceeding. The city-county agreed on Tuesday to hire a demolition firm to blow up the building at a cost of $2.6 million. Local news outlets report. We acquired this property to blow it up, Macon Mayor Lester Miller told the TV station.
This is the most southern thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, you just wait, buddy. This is going to boil your noodle.
Are they going to let the town folks bring their guns and shoot it while they're blowing it up?
The hotel was opened in 1970, and its guests included Elvis, but it was never I'm going to read this whole story, so we got all the details. It was never a financial success. Most notably, the New York Banking Department seized the hotel in 1991. Daisy, come here. Oh, she crunching. You're going to have to listen to the crunching. Saying it was one asset that was part of a fraud and money laundering scheme linked to the Bank of Credit and Commerce International.
Oh, this gets weird. Okay.
The bank was accused of helping Saddam Hussein hide Iraqi oil profits and backing Oliver North's arms deals with Iran.
What the fuck?
Last operating as the Ramada Plaza, the hotel on the northern edge of downtown Macon.
You know the old Ramada down in Macon. You know the one that was tied up in Saddam Hussein arms deals?
Oliver North stayed there, and Elvis. A block from the Ocmulgee. God, I hate this word. Ocmulgee?
I can't help you. It's a river.
Ocmulgee River has stood vacant since it closed in 2017. We're going to spend a little money to tear that thing down, Miller said, the mayor. But what you'll see that replacing will be 100 times of what it's doing right now. That doesn't make any sense, but that's exactly what he said.
They don't edit news stories anymore.
No.
I swear to God, they've replaced editors with like a fucking AI thing that sucks.
The article goes on to say the mayor said the city hasn't decided how the land will be used, but it's going to be 100 times better.
Better than
Whatever
a vacant hotel.
Money laundering, Iran-Contra suite. The fucking... Yeah. They have to manage the demolition. The local Christ Episcopal Church, less than 2 blocks, said the congregation was worried any explosion could damage the church's historic sanctuary that was built in 1851.
Well, that's a valid concern. You know, the mayor, you're in this small town and the mayor's like, we're blowing up the hotel. You're like, dude, have you fucking...
Yeah.
Why do you say blow? Dude, first of all, the fact that he didn't say controlled demolition he said, we're blowing it up. That should be highly concerning.
Property owner Miller, the mayor, says nearby property owners will be contacted for discussions in coming weeks, saying he wants to protect them from Saddam
There's not like a
Hussein.
safety board or like a public hearing process.
It sounds like it's just
It's
him.
just the fucking mayor who's like,
Him
woo,
versus the fucking whole
boys.
county.
This would be fucking terrifying. Dude, I've lived in a small town before. I know people live in small towns, and there is... Some people love it, some people hate it, and they move, but like, I do feel like there's always some portion of the population in a small town that's just like, thinks about like the leadership and the important people in a small town, like, God fucking damn it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're like, I can't believe I was born in a place where the fucking Dale Harts own all the restaurants and fucking, you know what I mean? And they're just like, they fucking control everything, and they're the biggest fucking morons, but they're the richest people, or they bought the land first or whatever.
Yep.
This is one of those, you know, there's so many people in this town who are like, fucking Mark, I can't believe my little town, I love that there's no crime, but my mayor wants to fucking blow up the Ramada.
Just doing shenanigans. Well, in my hometown, there was one.
And he's making it an attraction.
Yes.
He's like, instead of being like, we're going to cordon, he's like inviting, okay, sorry, in your hometown?
Well, I was going to say, there was one dispute between neighbors. The guy built his fence up to the very edge of the yard, and the city ordinance said you're supposed to build it a foot away from the curb. He built it all the way to the curb, and then this other guy, who is this Vietnam vet, who had a couple screws loose, took issue with this because that guy was on city council.
Yeah.
So he was getting him.
So he was like, he's got an extra foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, of land.
And so that guy, the other guy, the Vietnam vet, ex-teacher, didn't have running water or electricity.
Damn.
He chose
Was
to live
this a homeless man?
No, he had a home.
Okay.
He had a home. He just had a well, refused to give the city any money for electricity because he just anyway. So he would build these effigies of the city council with Barbie dolls and stuffed animals and shit, and then make political comments on.
That man is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Super dope.
And he would go. He'd be wearing camo fatigues and go to the city council meeting and argue to for him to be held accountable.
Mr. Robinson's got an extra foot of land.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely like that. I grew up in a town called Downs, Kansas, and the political dissident made the city council effigy and then wrote Downs syndrome.
It's a natural pun or whatever you want to call it. Play on words. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Interesting.
What are you doing for New Year's Eve?
You want to go to Macon, Georgia?
Yep. Well, that's the conclusion of all the good news this week.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Well, great job.
We were gonna maybe talk about the drones.
I think we saved that for Conspiracy Day.
It gets a little deep. I was doing some looking around, and Daisy helped.
Well, I'll just say right now, this theory that there's a nuclear warhead lost in the United States,
Yeah.
I find that very plausible and terrifying.
I did not. Hi, baby. How you doing?
Maybe Macon isn't as small as
Field correspondent. Daisy Aloysius.
What were you going to say?
Baby, we're going to do some death jokes. They found it was a medical device that had radiation, but we're going to talk about that on Friday.
Okay, it's Friday.
Not an actual nuke.
Birthday jokks?
We're going to talk about some celebrity birthdays. We're going to do some death jokes.
Look over here, Daisy.
Daisy, you got to get down, baby. You want
to... Dick Wolf turned 78 this week. Dick Wolf turned 78 this week, most famous for producing the hit TV show Law & Order and Law & Order SVU, although noted for his philanthropic contributions to law enforcement organizations and for being filthy scumpig fuck bootlicker.
Filthy scumpig fuck bootlicker. Dick Wolf's a bootlicker. He supports the cops.
Dick Wolf.
I should have read that one because I was...
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't think you feel the same way.
I never watched Law & Order.
No, about fucking pig fuck bootlickers.
I don't love all of them.
Actor Jonah Hill turns 41 this week. Despite his natural talent and successful career, he's most known for being fat and then not fat.
That's good. Brad Pitt, beloved actor, turns 61 this week. He said he plans to celebrate by playing a rousing game of Sorry with his family. What is that? Did he do something to his family?
No.
I
tried to imagine him doing a normal thing. There's no way he's fucking normal.
I can't. They're
adopting.
Speaking of small towns,
adopting.
I believe he is from Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Oh,
He's
that's
probably
right.
way more fucking normal than you think.
Damn, we should invite him over for some
Yeah, he
for
probably.
a game of sorry. Singer Billie Eilish turns 23 this week, which only gives her 2 more years to bang Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep, then she's a disgusting old pig.
Yep.
Billie Eilish. Steven Spielberg, famed director Steven Spielberg, turned 78 this week. When asked to reflect on his life and career, Spielberg remarked, "None of my films will survive the coming alien invasion, ultimately rendering my lifelong pursuit of success meaningless." Wow, you did write a lot of these this week. Good job, dude. You've killed this week. We still got more.
We got more. Oh, we got 20 or 30 more. A lot of big birthdays this week. It was an easy week. Keith Richards turns 81 this week. When asked, he said he plans to celebrate by spending his day volunteering at a local blood drive where he plans to keep all the blood.
He probably does. Jake Gyllenhaal turns 44 this week. Gyllenhaal said he plans to celebrate by continuing to exist in Christian Bale's shadow as the second best lovable sociopath.
I don't know. I was trying to make a Donnie Darko joke, but
I like
it's
it.
kind of niche. Samuel Jackson turns 76 on the 21st this month. He plans to celebrate by, quote, getting the extortion tapes from Tarantino and killing his honky ass for making me play a house slave.
Ray Romano. Ray Romano turns 67 this week.
Who the fuck is Ray Romano? Sorry.
One of the last good
I forgot that one
sitcoms.
was a two-parter, so I had to jump in there.
Oh, that's
I actually
hilarious.
wrote that for like...
Oh,
I meant
get
to
you,
tell
yeah.
you and I forgot. Well, we did it, I think, didn't we?
Ray Romano, best known for Wild Hogs.
Oh, fuck.
You know what? You want to hear a sad story?
Who was that?
Wild Hogs was the first movie I ever watched alone in a movie theater.
Was it Kevin?
Oh, I'm probably wrong that it was Ray.
No, you're
I
right.
believe it was.
Ray
I believe
Romano.
Tim Allen,
Tim Allen.
was the big man.
Kevin James?
Kevin James. I believe. I could be thinking of a different movie. I believe.
I want to say it was...
Fucking Chris Rock.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Which
yeah.
is it's a bunch of 80s comedians.
I'm going to Google Wild Hogs.
Cranking. It was a very hog-based episode.
Film.
2007. Yep, I was living.
John Travolta.
I was living. Oh my God, Martin Lawrence. Wow, we got this way fucking wrong.
Way wrong.
Ray Romano was not in that at all. Tim Allen.
I get him confused with William H. Macy.
William H. Macy, Tim Allen, John Travolta.
What is there's a movie.
Martin Lawrence. Okay, this
damn.
is my Mandela effect because in my universe, Wild Hogs consist of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, okay,
Ronald Reagan.
To be fair, Ray Liotta was the villain.
All right.
You got your Rays mixed up.
I was also 20.
Yeah, 2007. That's a long time ago.
I was so bored and lonely, and I was like, I'm gonna go see. And then the only movie that didn't seem weird or depressing was Wild Hogs. I sat there and I watched it.
Mixed reviews. It did well at the box office, despite mixed
Family
reviews.
friendly comedy. Well, who the fuck is Ray Romano? He wasn't in Wild Hogs. What the fuck movie? I refuse to Google it.
Yeah, baby.
Actually, I can't. I have
Do
to.
it. Baby.
What movie was
What do you
Ray
mean, baby?
Romano in that featured a bunch of aging comedian people? All right. This is ChatGPT. Not funny people. No, give me another one. There were old men stars. The movie you're thinking of is Grudge. No.
Robert De Niro and Sylvester
He was in a movie with Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone.
Fight promoter. Okay.
None of this is, dude. This is. I'm in a different universe.
You're gay.
One of these days, we gotta hook up this ChatGPT to one of those speakers that talks to us,
Oh yeah.
and we should just talk to ChatGPT
Yeah.
and see if we can talk. Just talk to it about
We
stuff.
can make pictures.
Just,
We can do all kinds of.
we
fun
could just
stuff.
make it our assistant.
Yeah.
We could name it like Benny, and we could be like, "Hey Benny, what's the deal with?" You know, it could be our little digital producer.
Yep.
Anyway, great work, Nick, on this Tuesday Newsday, Tools Day.
You got a big show this week.
We're climbing up that hill to 100, baby. That's right.
You want to plug your show?
Wednesday, 7 o'clock, Comedy Club of Kansas City. SOS, live sketch comedy, 90 minutes of sketch comedy produced entirely by our members, 6 people. It's a lot. It's a busy week.
Kansas City Legends.
Kansas City Legends. Someday, maybe.
You guys are all funny.
7 o'clock. Come on out. It's really good.
Yep.
All right.
Except for that mime. He didn't really. No, I'm just kidding.
I think Phil doesn't watch this show anymore.
I know.
I think we ran
Sorry,
him off.
Phil. We love you, even Phil, for not watching the show anymore. We still love you, man. Bye.